You won't see people walking the streets of Munich tonight. The entire city is in lockdown and crowds have dispersed. Police and authorities are treating today's attacks as terrorist activities. But at least one expert says the way that it was carried out doesn't exactly meet the terrorist criteria.
Some of the ways in which this attack was carried out, was orchestrated, don't fit the usual patterns that we've seen.
Terrorism expert and Munich native Christian Howorun says at first look it may appear as terror motivated.
Munich, second largest city in Germany, major airport hub, huge economic hub, very diverse city, extremely well known across the world, and a media center. So if you want to make the global media, that's exactly where you want to hit.
Other analysts agree that the city, time and place appear ideal for creating massive destruction and devastation.
It is at a strategic location, at a shopping mall. It is part of a pattern. There was an attack before in Germany. Afghan immigrant axed a number of people, and it is happening worldwide.
Over the past 18 months, and particularly this year, high-profile incidents in Western nations have captured our attention. Just over a week ago, 84 people died in Nice, France, when a man drove his truck through a busy tourist locale. Last month, 44 people died in Turkey amid gunfire and suicide bombings. There were nearly 50 deaths in the Orlando attack, and the list tragically doesn't stop. Brown says there's a reason.
As there's increasing pressure on the ground in Iraq and in Syria against Islamic State ISIS, they now are trying to gain as much publicity and do as much damage to what they perceive to be their enemies, the West, by moving out and either directing or encouraging attacks around the world.
But Howorun says those involved in this attack are lacking some of the key characteristics involved in previous ones.
There's no obvious links to Islamic terrorism or shouting certain things in foreign languages before you might carry out the attack. We don't have any of those patterns.
He adds that most recent attacks ended with the suspects dying, either staying on scene until killed by police or taking their own lives, as in through a suicide bombing. In this case, the suspects fled long before police arrived. Cristina Howorun, City News.